Hello, welcome to Simply Star Academy. Today we'll be discussing the laws of indices. I have 10 laws here that we'll be discussing, and we'll be bringing out examples on each of those laws. Furthermore, we are going to be illustrating and solving complex problems. Let's get started. The first law is what we call the multiplication law. The what? The multiplication law. So a raised to power m times a raised to power n is going to give us what? A raised to power the addition of the what? Of the powers. So a raised to power what? M plus n. M plus n. Do you understand? So the second law, you have a raised to power m divided by a raised to power n. This is going to give us what? A raised to power m minus n. So that's the subtraction of the powers. Here we are adding the powers, while here we are subtracting the powers. The third law states that a raised to power m in brackets raised to power n is going to be what? A raised to power m times n. A raised to power what? M times n. So this is going to give us what? M times n is what? Mn. That's going to give us a raised to power what? Mn. The fourth law states that anything raised to power 0 is what? 1. Anything raised to power 0 is what? 1. So a raised to power 0 is going to give us 1. The fifth law. When a number is raised to power 1, it gives us what? That number. That same number. So a raised to power 1 is equal to what? A. A raised to power 1 is what? A. The sixth law. So when we have a negative exponential, or when we have a raised to power minus n, that means we are going to what? We are going to do, it's going to become 1 over what? A raised to power n. It's going to become 1 over a raised to power n. When we have a raised to power minus n, we are going to have 1 over a raised to power n. So the next law, a raised to power m all over n is going to give us what? N square root of n, root of nth root of what? A raised to power m. Nth root of a raised to power m. A b raised to power m is going to give us what? A raised to power m times b raised to power m. So this is the same thing as what? A raised to power m times b raised to power m. A over b, a over b, a all over b raised to power m is going to give us what? A raised to power m all over what? B raised to power m. So the 10th law, if a raised to power x is equal to a raised to power y, then what? X is equal to y. So let's illustrate each of these laws. So for the first one, so now let's illustrate each of these laws. So for the first one, this first law, 2 raised to power 3 times 2 raised to power 2. So 3 raised to power 3 times 2 raised to power 2, what are we going to have? This is equals to what? 2 raised to power what? This 3 here. 3 plus what? Plus 2. Which is equals to what? 2 raised to power 3 plus 2 is what? Is 5. The second law, let's take 3 raised to power 3 divided by 3 raised to power 2. So this is same thing as what? Having 3 raised to power 3 minus what? Minus 2. And this is what? 3 raised to power 1. And this is what? According to this law, is what? 3. Do you understand? So the next law, 2 raised to power 5, open and close brackets, raised to power 2. This is what? 2 raised to power what? 5 times 2. That's what? 2 raised to power 10. So the next one, 100 raised to power 0. So as big as 100 is, 100 raised to power 0 is what? Is 1. So the next one, let's say 5 raised to power 1, it will give us what? 65. The next one, 8 raised to power what? Minus 3. This will give us what? 1 over 8 cube. Abi? And 8 cube is equals to what? 512. So 1 over 512. So that's it. Our next one is, let's take 8 again. 8 raised to power what? 1 over 3. So this is giving us what? This is going to give us the square root of the root, the cube root, Abi, of 8 raised to power what? 8 raised to power 1. The cube root of what? 8 raised to power 1. So what's the cube root of 8? It's 2. So 2 times 2 times 2, that's 8. 2 raised to power 3 is what? 8. So the next one, AB raised to power m. So let's take 2 times 4 raised to power 2. So this is same thing as what? 2 squared dot or times 4 squared. So 2 squared is what? That's 4. Then 4 squared is what? That's 16. 4 times 16 is what? 64. So if you took it direct, for example now, 2 times 4 is what? 8. 8 squared is what? 64. So let's go to this. A over B raised to power m is equals to what? A, the same thing as A raised to power m over B raised to power m. So let's take 2 over 3 squared. So this will give us what? 2 squared over what? 3 squared. So 2 squared is what? 4. 3 squared is what? 9. So that's what? 4 over 9. You can see it's very simple. Indices is very simple. It's very simple. So the last law, A raised to power x is equals to a raised to power y. It means that x is equals to what? Y. So let's just take this one too. Let's say I have 2a is equals to what? 2 raised to power what? 3. It means that what? A is equals to what? 3. So let's move to the solving of complex questions. Is what? 5y times 4y raised to the power 4. So feel free to pause the video and try and solve it yourself. So let's solve. The first thing we are going to do is what? We are going to take the numbers and do what? And multiply them with each other. So 5 times 4 is what? 20. Then next thing is that we have y. This is same thing as what? According to our rule, this y is same thing as what? Y raised to power 1. This is what? Y raised to power 1. So you have 20y 1 plus what? 4. 20y 1 plus 4 is what? 1 plus 4 is what? 5. So 20y is to power 5. That's our answer. So this to the second question, 24x is to power 6 all over or divided by 8x is to power 4. This is same thing as what? So we'll do 24 divided by 8 first. 24 divided by 8 will give us what? 3. So x raised to power what? Division law is stated that when we are having division, we are going to do what? We are going to subtract. So that's what? 6 minus 4. So 3x is to power what? 6 minus 4. So this will give us what? 3x is to power 2. Do you understand? So the third one, 3m is to power 4 squared. So 3m is to power 4 squared will give us, the first thing we are going to do is what? This 3, we are going to square it. So 3 squared is what? Is what? 9. And then m is to power 4 squared is what? 4 times 2, as n is to power what? 8. I hope you understand. The fourth question. A raised to power of what? Minus 9 divided by b raised to power 0. So how are we solving this? Remember our law. Anything raised to power 0 is what? 1. So this is same thing as what? A is to power minus 9 divided by 0 divided by 1. So divided by b raised to power 0, that means divided by 1. So a raised to power minus 9 divided by 1 will give us what? A raised to power what? Minus 9. So in this scenario, anything that has negative, that means you are putting 1 over it. So this now gives us what? A raised to power what? 9. 1 over what? A raised to power 9. So the fifth question. 9 a raised to power what? Minus 5 times 4 a raised to power 6. raised to the power 6. Yeah. This is not 49, this is 4a. So what are we going to do here? The first thing is what? 9 times 4. 9 times 4 will give us what? 36. So a raised to the power minus 5. In this addition rule, so this gives us what? A raised to the power minus 5 plus 6. So this is going to give us what? 36. A raised to the power what? 6 minus 5. Or minus 5 plus 6 is the same thing as what? 6 minus 5. That's a raised to the power 1. So it's same thing as saying 36a. Because anything raised to the power 1 is equal to what? That number. So number 6. Number 6 minus this squared raised to the power 3 all over d raised to the power 4 times minus d. So this will give us what? Minus 2 times 3 is what? 6. So d raised to the power 6 all over minus what? This gives us minus, so d raised to the power 4. So we are bringing this minus out first. So d raised to the power 4 times d raised to the power 1 will give us what? D raised to the power what? 4 plus 1. So d raised to the power 4 plus 1, and that will give us what? D raised to the power 5. So are you with me? So we'll call this, cancels this. This becomes 3 raised to the power what? 6 minus 5. So and then was d raised to the power 1. 6 minus 5 is what? 1. So we have d. So let's move to the next question. Question number 7. 18 all over 32 is to the power what? Minus 3 over 2. So this is the same thing as what? This is the same thing as the square root, because this is 2. The square root of 18 over, and then remember that 32 is to the power minus 3. So the 8 questions, the 8th question. So now let's move on to the 8th question. power minus is going to give us the inverse. So when we're having a negative power, we're going to take the inverse. So 2 square root of what? 32 all over 18 is to the power what? 3. So let's see if they have something that can go in both of them. So 2 goes here, 9. 2 here, 16. So you're having 16 over 9. Square root of 16 over 9 is to the power 3. Right? Sixteen over 9 so 16 over 9 raised to the power 3. It will give us what? Let's take the 16 raised to the power 3. Let's start with that. 16 raised to the power 3 will give us 4096. 4096 divided by 9 raised to the power 3. That will give us what? 729. Abi? So 4096 4096 divided by 729. So the square root of 4096 divided by 2729. So square root of 4096. This is the same thing as taking the square root of each of them individually. I hope you understand. So square root of 4096 is what? This is the same thing as what? Square root of what? 4096 all over square root of what? 729. So what is square root of 4096? That's 64. And then square root of 729 is 27. So we are having 64 over 27 as our answer. Let's move on to the 3x is to the power what minus 3. So how are we solving this? I told you anything is to the power minus. We are going to what? Take the inverse. So we are going to do what? 1 over 3x. Then everything is to the power what? 3. Right? So we are going to have 1 is to the power 3 is what? 1. And then 3x is to the power 3 is what? 27x cube. Right? Right? So that's our answer. And if you wish, you can do it like this: 27 1 over 27 x is to the power what minus 3. Do you understand? So you can write it like this if you like: 1 over 27 x is to the power what minus 3. So it can become x is to the power minus 3 over 27. Do you understand? Let's go to the next one. Question number 9. 3 raised to power x times 3 raised to power what minus x. This will give us what? 3 raised to power x plus minus x, right? So this is same thing as what? 3 raised to power x minus x. Abi? So x plus minus x is x minus x. So that means you have 3 raised to power what? 0. 3 raised to power 0 is what? 1. Do you understand? So let's solve the 10th one here. Question number 10. So 9 raised to power x equals to what? 27. So we have to find x. So how do we do this? So 9 is same thing as what? 3 raised to power 2. Right? Then let's put the x. Then 27 is same thing as what? 3 raised to power 3. Right? Right? So from our law, 2x is equals to what? This one 2x is equals to what? 3. Abi? So x is equals to what? 3 over 2, which is equals to what? 4c raised to power minus 1 is equals to what? 64. So we all know 4c raised to power minus 1 is equals to 8 raised to power 2 is 64. We all know that. Then we know that 2 raised to power 2 is what? 4. So 2 raised to power 2 c minus 1. And we know what that 2 raised to power what? 3 is 8. So 2 raised to power of 3 times 2. Right? So 2 raised to power 2c minus 2 is equals to what? 2 raised to power 6. So 2c minus 2 is equals to what? 6. 2c is equals to what? 6 plus 2. 2c is equals to 8. C is equals to what? 8 all over 2 is equals to what? 4. So our C is equals to 4. So the cube root of 729 y raised to power minus 6 and raised to power 1 over 2. So the first thing we are going to do, because this equation is what? Is very complex. So let's first take this one out. Let's take it out and simplify it. So 729 y raised to power minus 6 raised to power 1 over 2. We all know that anything raised to power 1 over 2 is what? Is square root. So this is the same thing as what? Having square root of what? 729. Then y raised to power minus 6. You can simply do this as y raised to power minus 6 times 1 over 2. Right? What's square root of 729? Is 27. So when we do this, 2 goes here, 1. 2 goes here, 3. So we now have y raised to power minus 3. This is the same thing as having what? 27 all over y cube. Right? So the next thing is for us to take the cube root of 27 over y cube. Cube root of 27 is what? 3. Right? 3 times 3, 9. 9 times 3, 27. Cube root of y cube is what? Is y. Because when we do it like this, y is to power 3 times 1 over 3. It's going to give us what? Y. So our answer is simply what? 3 all over y. And we can have it as what? 3y is to power minus 1, as we wish. It depends on what you have in your option. Question number 12. Question number 13, sorry. So this is a very simple question. Square root of 5 raised to power n is also what? 3 as the cube root of what? 25. How do we solve this? Let me leave you to solve it by yourself. Let's feel free to pause the video and solve it by yourself. So let's start. Let's do it. 5 raised to power what? N over 2. Right? As 5 raised to power n times 1 over 2. Because square root of this square root implies what? Raised to power 1 over 2. Is equals to what? 25 raised to power what? 1 over 3. Am I right? Yes. So to make these two the same, to make these two the same, there is only one option. There is only an option to make these two the same. So we have 5 raised to power n over 2 is equals to what? This can be what? 5 raised to power 2 times 1 over 3. So this is same thing as what? Having 5n over 2, 5 raised to power n over 2, 5 raised to power what? 2 over 3. So from our law, we know we can equate these two, right? So n over 2 is equals to 2 over 3. So 3n plus multiplying equals to 4. So n is equals to what? 4 over 3, which you can also write as 1 whole number 1 over 3. Do you understand? So that's the end of our video. Please do well to like, subscribe, and comment on this video. You can comment questions that are giving you problem so we can solve them in some of our subsequent videos. Thank you for listening. Thank you.